Thanks. Hi. Yeah, I do work at the Onion. I'm pretty sure I'm the biggest dork at the Onion, but I think being the biggest dork at the Onion is like being like the coolest guy at Fifth Third Bank or something. Like the guy who has the hot tub at No Buffalo that everybody wants to go visit. So I'm in there. I still don't know how I have this job, and people ask me all the time because when I left my cool job 7 years ago to stay home with the twins, somebody told me, yeah, so you're going to go back to work in 7 years and you're going to work at the Onion. Like, that doesn't even make sense. How does that add up? But while I was home with the twins, I loved the AV Club, which is like the Onion's pop culture site. And a lot of people ask me, like, oh, so they're fake reviews? They're not fake reviews. They're real reviews. And I loved it. And I was nursing twins. I had a pillow the size of an offshore island and my laptop, and that was my day. And so the site that I loved, they had a call for contributors, and the word stalking gets thrown around a lot, but I kept emailing them and finally clicked with an editor, and I finally met him in person, and like, wow, you changed my life forever. It's nice to meet you. I don't know what else to say. So I started freelancing for them, but I really wanted TV Club. So this story takes place the night of my very first review that I was gonna submit for TV Club. And because I had been doing like some news articles and some obituaries that nobody else wanted to do. So at this point, me and AV Club was kind of like dating that really cute guy that you never thought you'd get. And if emails are like phone calls, like, so if he's not calling you, he could be busy. He could never call you again, or he could call somebody else. You don't know. But that's where I was in this relationship. I wasn't really secure about it. So it's summer at this point. There's not a lot of TV in the summer. So I finally got a pitch approved for this Lifetime reality show called Supermarket Superstar. Pretty sure that's not on anymore. The biggest celebrity was the Mrs. Fields, the hottie from the cookies. And the thing about AV Club, which makes it so hard, is that we're supposed to post these reviews the night stuff airs. So you have 3 hours to be brilliant, and then your review is up. So they told me 900 to 1,200 words. I think I wrote 1,400 frickin' words about Supermarket Superstar. I'm sure it was all poetry. All I remember is there was some sort of debate over whether like the cupcake was over, or was the cupcake coming back? And at that point I had 5-year-olds, so like, the cupcake is never over. I know this for a fact. So it's midnight, I've got my essay, I'm in their content management system, I'm so excited, and I hit send, and when you're setting up your modem and you get all those error messages from D-Link that you never want to see again, you just want it to work. I don't really care about you, D-Link. I don't care about a relationship. Just get me on the Wi-Fi. And right as I hit send, I get all these mad messages from D-Link. D-Link gets so mad at you right now. D-Link doesn't even want to talk to you. And it just caves. And I'm like, what? So my husband makes fun of me because I have my filing system, we call it the stack, my stack of bills, but I dove into my stack and I found Comcast, who I know I have paid, and I called Comcast, and they were doing service in our area, surprise, until 5 a.m., which would be fine like any other night of the year, but not of the night of my first Supermarket Superstar review. Like, how could this happen? So this was my test, right? It was like, okay, Pajama Mom, are you gonna get off the couch? Are you gonna leave the house in the middle of the night? Are you gonna do a shot of butterscotch schnapps? Yes. All these things turned out to be true, but it wasn't where I thought my night was going to take me when I started this project. So my husband comes up from downstairs, and he's an electrician. Cool. You can like make Wi-Fi happen, right? With your bare hands. Turns out you can't. That's not a thing they teach you in electrician school. So he's trying to help me figure out an option for this. Like, we could drive out to the airport. They must have Wi-Fi. Like, where am I going to find Wi-Fi in the middle of the night to do this review? And I know I could have like emailed my editor. Apparently there are things I could have done, but I was panicking, and it was my first review. I did not want to be that person. I'm this close to a Luddite already. That's not how I wanted this to go. So my husband's like, well, instead of the airport, airport. Why don't you drive to outside the Starbucks at Wilson and Lincoln up that way? They probably don't turn their Wi-Fi off. Yes, my wife, I'm sending you out in the middle of the night with a laptop computer, which is open because I couldn't remember the last time I'd saved, so I was afraid to close it. So I'm carrying my laptop like this. Why not go in the middle of the night in the minivan, sit outside with an open computer, what could happen? Good luck. Godspeed. So he sends me off. By this point, it's about 1 o'clock in the morning. I drive over there. Now, if you know that corner, you know across the street, there's a bar and grill, which seemed like a much better option to hang out than sitting outside the Starbucks. So I rush into the bar and grill with my open computer like a maniac. And I'm like, hey, do you guys have Wi-Fi? And I don't know if you know that about the Daily Bar and Grill, but after midnight it turns into like Frank Sinatra's favorite hangout. Like everybody the whole night called me doll. It was weird. Like if they could have smoked inside, they would have. And the bartender's like, oh, doll, man, I'm sorry, we don't have Wi-Fi. I'm like, what do you mean you don't have Wi-Fi? It's 2013. Like I was just unhinged at this point. So there's this guy at the bar recognizing total maniac, and he's like, hey, doll, I got a hot spot. Now, I've been home with my kids for a long time, so that could mean anything at this point, but I don't even care. I'm like, okay, you, what do you got? So, yeah, a hotspot, which apparently makes your Wi-Fi work, yay. And, so I got Wi-Fi, and I got it up, and I gave it like the quickest proofread in the history of the world. Hit send. By this point, it's like 1:30 in the morning. Yay. So now I'm at a bar, 1:30 in the morning on a Monday/Tuesday, not my usual, wheelhouse. And, but I'm doing that thing where like, shots for everybody, because there's only like six people, and I've never been able to do that. But like, I'm gonna get like $75 for this, so yeah, everybody. And my friend's name was Antonino or something. He's like, wow, you're my first Gwen. I'm like, yeah, you're my first Antonia, I don't know what your name is. Turns out I lived in the neighborhood, super nice guy, I'm talking to everybody. And then this I don't know because I've been home for so long, but when you're at a bar that late on a weeknight and people leave, they're going to hook up. Of course they are. Like, what else are they going to be doing? And at this point, people are just like commenting on it. Like, people are even like, take it easy on him, honey. Like, oh, I saw that coming a mile away. Like, what is this? Like, this is a strange, like, pocket of society that starting the night on the couch, I'm like, where am I? It's crazy. So about 2 o'clock in the morning, the bartender's so nice to me. He's like, did you get everything you needed, doll? Like, because I had screamed at him accused him of being Amish before. Like, thank you so much. It's my favorite place in the neighborhood. And I go home, was able to close my computer. And I went home, and like the birds were chirping. And the next morning, and I must have looked at my byline like 1,000 times that day. And now my big test, because now I'm working for them full time, and with my kids, it's been a bit of a transition, but I love it so much. And when I just started working there, the TV editor asked me to write, he's like, hey Gwen, can you write 2,000 words about the Love Boat for Love Week for Valentine's Day? I'm like, I've been waiting my entire life for somebody to ask me to write 2,000 words about the Love Boat, and it's clearly what I was put on this earth to do. And and for my kids, I think that's just such an important lesson to teach them as well. And now that's my test. Thank you.